Well, good morning everybody and welcome to another Sunday morning show from Graham's car. Bernie in the back, give everyone a wave, Bernie. There he is, look. He's had a little snooze. So before we get into the fact of where we're actually going today, or for this week, PGA Championship. Something just cropped up in the car which I wasn't really aware of. Rory McIlroy's driver had reached the legal limit of where the face was creating this trampoline effect. And they do random testing out on the PGA Tour and obviously in majors, and it turns out that during the Masters Championship there was a possibility that Rory's driver was getting to that point where it was non-conforming. And what you got to remember with drivers is as a driver gets older, it actually gets hotter. So people say that they lose distance with their driver. The facts are that every time you hit a driver, you're making the face thinner, which is allowing it to be able to create the trampoline effect that gets the ball out there even quicker. So what happens is the USGA or the R&A over here would test all the drivers, not all the drivers, they do random testing, and the companies will keep an eye on their players' drivers to make sure that they're kind of inside that legal limit, because the last thing they want to be doing is getting into a tournament either being disqualified, which has happened in the past, or losing their driver when they're just about to tee it up in a big event like a major. Well, turns out this is kind of what happened with Rory McIlroy. Got to that kind of legal limit and then got forced into having to get a new driver in the bag. I wonder what he dreams about. Wakey.
Alright, sorry, you were chatting and yeah. It's interesting that Dan, he went from being like number one during the Masters for driving to outside the top 100 during the recent PGA Championship. So it's made a massive difference to his game. Just the having to change drivers on the eve of a tournament is not ideal, is it? And if you're not, you have your favourite clubs and you're suddenly not able to have that club, and then you hit a couple of bad drives with his new driver, then the confidence is obviously shattered and it's affected his scoring. His driving is the strongest part of his game. He's long, isn't he? He's very accurate as well, and that's just taken, almost like wiped him out of winning that tournament or even competing in that tournament. It was unlucky that he was one of the random people that were tested as well, wasn't it? Because if he wasn't tested, he'd have still been teeing his illegal driver up in the tournament.
And talking about number one drivers, our number one driver for this trip,
I just wish they'd leave him alone, let him get on with what he does best, playing golf. But unfortunately, this will be another point that they'll pick up on.
Well, the media do love a good old rant, don't they? If they can grab hold of a player and drag them down, they will do that. However, we're not here to talk about the PGA Championship. We're not here to talk about drivers. We're here to talk about our trip this week. Back to France is where we're going, and we're over there with P&O Ferries, and we're heading now to Dover, the ferry port here at Dover. So it's a bit of a drive for us, but for lots of golfers out there that are certainly coming in from the sort of, southeast area of the UK, this could be an amazing opportunity for, to take your own kit over to France to play a little bit of golf with your friends. Anyway, we're going to go and explore it these next couple of days, and I'm going to take you along with us. P&O Ferries are taking us over there from Dover into Calais, and we're going to be staying at a Euro camp, and I want to share those experiences with you. I've stayed in a few Euro camps over the last sort of few years with my family. Great facilities, great accommodation, really easy to sort of work with. So I'm excited to see what we're going to be seeing when we get into the north coast over here in France. But Graham, where are we actually playing when we're out here?
Today we're playing at Wimmeru, which is a links course. Tomorrow we're playing Saint Omer, which is previous host to European Tour and Challenge Tour event. Final day we're playing at Dunkirk, a great area, wonderful access as Dan has said, and we're fortunate to be working with P&O and Eurocamp on this little project, which I think will be very interesting and will ensure that it's great value for money.
is.
Remember what happened last time?
You were on a ferry.
We were on a
very
ferry.
drunk.
I'm
You
not
got
going.
very drunk.
I'm staying away from that. That's coming nowhere near me. It nearly wiped out my whole trip.
Just one. Just be one for this trip.
Bottle or glasses?
Just a glass. Well, here we go then, leaving the port of Dover. And for those of you who've seen, we were in the club lounge, and the club lounge is a bit like it's like an airport lounge where it's kind of all inclusive. I've had an experience of a couple of those, and I've got to say, for travelling and things like that, it makes all the difference. Like I said, it's all inclusive when it comes to food and drinks, so you can get yourself fully prepared before you get out on your trip to France. Do you know, I remember a scene out of Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson, James May and Richard Hammond are trying to get their car boats. They've made these car boats and they're trying to get them out of the Dover port. It just brings back some funny memories of that. But anyway, beautiful castle in the background there. Can you see that? That is Dover Castle, which is one of the biggest, well, it's probably the biggest. Windsor Castle's close by, I think, but the biggest castle in England, and I believe is the key to England. That's what they call it anyway. So it's got a lot of history. It goes back to the 11th century, that castle. So, and there you go. There are the White Cliffs of Dover. Absolutely spectacular scenes. Right, next stop, France. Well, we have finally got here. I say finally got here, it's just taken us like half an hour from the ferry port. Wimmeru Golf Club, day one. We're going to do a little scramble today, a little bit of fun, because obviously we've been travelling a lot today, so you've got to just take it easy when you're out on these trips. But we're heading in now just to find out what the course record is, because we think, even though it is a little bit breezy, but it's beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, we think there's a chance for us as three half-decent golfers, let's call us that nowadays.
Former good golfers.
Former good golfers is very nice to call it. We're going to see if we can do the course record today. Bonjour. Could we ask, what is the course record here?
I don't find the scorecard with the.
Do they know the?
Remember.
Don't know the number? Should we go and set a new one? 64, but so we'll try and shoot 63. Okay.
I hope for you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm feeling blue today.
Shades of blue, yeah. Little boy blue.
Oh, Graham.
Lovely, isn't it? The little old lady. She was lovely in the shop, she was.
Oh, what, today?
Yeah, yeah.
How far down did you go? Did you go into the town?
I went in town in the end. I actually went back. I went back over that railway junction. I thought I was going to get it right this time.
Oh, you go a bit slower this time.
A bit slower.
This is what I do love about these camps. Is you know, we're in our own little space here. You know, you feel like you're in your own little garden. Wander out in the mornings, have your breakfast, bit of coffee. In fact, wander down and grab a coffee, which I'm doing in a minute. Bonjour.
Bonjour, mate.
Well, good morning, everybody. Day 2 of our little adventure over here in northern France. We had a great round of golf yesterday, a lot of fun, a lot of wind, wow, but I've been through the footage and managed to get it tidied up so everyone can hear exactly what we were chatting about. We had a lot of laughs on the golf course yesterday. We did a scramble and we were trying to beat the course record at the club, and obviously I'll bring the footage to you in the next few weeks, but they're always fun scrambles because obviously you're working as a team, and I think it's one of those videos that lots of you kind of want to get behind because we are a team, you know. But anyway, we've woken up today, we've come to a Euro camp, and we're here with Euro camp because I think it's something for you guys to possibly consider. Certainly those of you coming to this area of France, if you're coming from the southeast of England to get the ferry across with P&O ferries, and then come down to this area, because the golf courses that we're playing this week are 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and I think 35 minutes away from the Eurocamp that we're staying on. We've got a nice lodge, which we've just had a bit of breakfast at this morning. And you've got loads of facilities. I've done loads of Eurocamps over the last sort of few years with my kids coming down to France in the van, just exploring around and obviously having a base. But you get to these places, and I mean, the last time we went to one last year, there was a beautiful chateau with a moat that ran all the way around it, loads of fish, loads of activities going on. And you always get these beautiful places with obviously the campsites and things in and around the grounds of, well, houses like this one. St. Omer Golf Club today. This is a host venue for European Tour, Challenge Tour, Alps Tour, Ladies European Tour, Ladies European Access Tour, and now
the bus tour.
Morning everybody. That's the final day of our little adventure. Morning Bert. Alright. How do you feel like your final day is going to pan out, Bernie?
Never know with the way I play golf, Dan, but so far 2 amazing golf courses.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a third. Graham normally has a little hidden gem, or he normally says the best to last on one trip, so I'm thinking this could be the best of the 3 maybe. But no, it's been brilliant.
Day 3 of our adventures here in France. Final day actually. But I just wanted to quickly scoot round the accommodation that we've been staying at, because we normally stay in hotels. So this is a new one to us, staying on the Eurocamp, but easy, really, really easy. So we've had a 3-bed, I'm going to call it a condo. Full master in here. So Graham is our team leader, so he took that one. That's my room, which is the twin room. And then Bernie, well, he got the bunk beds. And then obviously you've got your kitchen area, got dining area. Not that we've had a chance to actually eat because we've been so busy. We've been just grabbing some food on the way home on the restaurants. But next stop, Dunkirk Golf Club. Oh my Lord! Wow! Ruth. Yeah!
What a way to finish.
So you've now got to see the full behind the scenes DHG trip.
I don't think people fully understand how hard you work and the effort that goes in just in organising the cameras and the camera angles, and then with all the downloading of all the footage, and then when you start to pull it together, amazing. We played 3 of the lesser known courses in that area. You've got the Hardlows, the Le Touquets, the Belle Dunes, which are there for us to visit at some stage, but that package will be very, very affordable for a lot of people, and the Eurocamp accommodation ticks the box. You know, it won't be for everybody. Some people like to be in the town with all the hustle and bustle, but for others it will tick the boxes. So no, very good trip, and I don't envy the amount of work you've got to do between now and when you jump on the plane to Madeira on Monday.
Right, here we go. I've got to bring you out here because we are now making our way in, and you can just see the white cliffs of Dover coming up to the main port of Dover. And what a trip it's been, as Graham and Lester have kind of talked about in the video. We have been treated like royalty once again with Bonjour Golf. P&O Ferries and Eurocamp. Hour and a half on the ferry, so simple, on, off, and we're back home already. 4.5 hours in the car, just a little bit of a behind the scenes for you on this week's Sunday morning show. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video.